right now, from a business perspective, there's a lot of business owners that are running scared. There's a lot of small businesses that aren't going to survive or make it. And I think that as the storm passes, there's going to be people that are going to go through different stages. Some are going to say, you know what? I'm never again going to be dependent on somebody else for my financial security, right? Never again. Some people might not be there yet, but they will be, right? And there's going to be other people that are going to say, you know what? I'm going to have a plan B in place. And I think that there's a lot of people that they don't maybe have the confidence or the belief that they can do it if they've never built a home-based business or made money as an entrepreneur. That's a muscle you have to build, right? So I think that we have an opportunity to lead people and show them that, hey, we all can do it. We're in this together. But I think that the first question that an entrepreneur has to ask themselves, and this is for each and every one of you on there, if you're going to go start if you're going to go start and build a business, you want to make sure that the business that you're going to build can grow during an economic boom, or it can thrive during an economic depression and through a crisis. And I think that's one of the things that we have the ability to do right now. So I want you to think about this. If you can show someone in the next 30, 60 days how they can make an extra $250, $500, or even $1,000 a month, how much difference that's going to make for the millions of people that have been laid off and they're trying to get unemployment right now. So I think we have to lead with a sympathetic ear and an empathetic heart is what I've been saying, is you got to listen to people. You can't look like you're trying to hit them between the eyes, but talk to them like they're people. But you have to lead them and say, I have a way, right? Follow me. I'll do all the work for you. Just plug in. Meaning Alexis will do the work for you. Kelsey will do the work for you. Dana will do the work for you. But you have to plug in, right? Because that's 50% of it. But people have to be led into it because they might not have the belief that they can do it as an entrepreneur or as a home-based business person. But I think this is the best platform in the world, not only because it can thrive during an economic depression, but it booms when things are great. But it's a platform that gives everyone several basic human needs that we have, right? And they say that if you can fill 3 human needs, that it becomes an addiction. But we all have the need. And by the way, if you want fulfillment in your life, money won't get it. I mean, it's a great start. It can buy you a boat or a really nice car that can give you a little bit of happiness, but true happiness and fulfillment comes from growth. So with community-based marketing, number one, when you have a company like ours that's doing the right thing, we're not the only company out there, by the way, but I do love our product and our conversation, our vision and mission, but you have the ability to grow. We meet you at where you're at. You can plug into our layered learning and you can grow with it, right? The second thing is that we have the ability to contribute. Right now, I'm going to tell you a great strategy for a lot of people is shift their minds from how it's affecting them to how they can help other people. But when you can contribute to something that's bigger than you are, then it's a human need that's fulfilled. It helps fill that bucket of fulfillment. And so if you're just getting started, we want you to contribute. I want you all to hear me right now. You're welcome. In our community, we want to see you. We want to hear you. Ask your questions, plug in, right? The number one goal is, what is it that you want? Why do you want it? But then tell somebody so we can help you get it. So those are 2 human needs. The other need that we all have is the need for love and connection, and how you can connect and foster love with different temperaments, talents, and convictions is when we're all aligned going after the same goal, right? They asked Michael Jordan one time what he missed the most about, 10 years after his career ended. He said, is it the money? Is it the roar of the crowd? And he said, you know what I miss? He said, I miss the blood, sweat, and tears in the camaraderie of the locker room of my teammates, right? Because the best relationships in the world, the best love and connection are built when you're building Rome together, because all of us are in a fight. And when we can lock arms and we can gain strength in numbers, there's always strength in numbers, right? So if you don't have the confidence that you can do it, plug in, right? Plug in and we can help you do that because there's other people that are doing it, right? So it's not hyperbole to them. It's not a hope or a wish. So you have that certainty you can plug into. And that's the other need that we all have is certainty. How can you have the certainty that this will work for you? The only way you can have that certainty is if you plug into our community. It can give you that certainty. So today, my challenge to each and every one of you is go give value to the world, give value to someone else, right? And then model those that are doing it, right? So plug into those that are doing it, and they'll help you. So listen, no matter what your goal is, there's no goal too small or too big. Sometimes people are afraid to tell their goals when they have small goals. But there's a girl staying at my house right now, her family. We have 7 kids, 5 dogs, and 4 adults in this house. But she started off with us as a promoter, her and her husband. Their goal is to make $400 a month. The reason I'm sharing that is some people feel like that they minimize themselves, but $400 a month would pay for their groceries, and they were on food stamps. See, you have to have a small goal before you can achieve that big goal. It's one step at a time. So they made $400 a month, and it shifted their perspective on life. And then they started building more belief into that. Last year, they made over $1 million. And I'm not talking to you about the $1 million. What I'm talking to you about is the relatability of where they started, because what one person can do, another can do. And so I'm not saying we're the only business out there, ladies and gentlemen. I do think that we're one of the best. And if you want to create some financial security right now, plug in. But if it's not going to be Pruvit, my encouragement to you is just make a decision on what you're going to find joy in, what's it going to be, and when are you going to get started, right?